Hi there, Stephanie here. Welcome to the Sew Along, the Lucky One from Fort Worth Fabric Studio, week number 3. The first week was cutting. Last week we made the clover blocks that are on the wall behind me, and this week is the final assembly. So go to their website, grab the pattern, download it, and then let's get sewing. Okay, so here are my clover blocks. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the wider of the little sashing strips in between all the clovers. So one here, and there'll be one down here in between the light clover and the other dark clover. So it's going to go dark clover, light clover, dark clover. So I'm going to add this together. So that side's attached. I'm just going to fold that over and press it. And then we can add the dark clover to the other side. Grab my iron. Okay. Now I'm just going to add this clover and make sure the stems are all going the same direction. Unless you want to flip it around, you can if you like it a different way. But according to the directions, they should all go the same direction. So I'm going to add this guy right here, just like this. I hope you guys enjoyed the sew along. It was nice to have a quick, fun sew along. These fabrics are beautiful. So I've added that one. I'm going to give this guy a press, and then after I do that, I'm going to add this small piece to the right hand side of the dark clover, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side when I get that one. So the next piece I put on will be the section in between, and then we'll sew that to this piece, and then there'll be a little piece on the other end of the dark clover, and then we'll go on from there. I'm going to just give those a press. And I'm pressing everything away from the clovers just for less bulk. All right. There's that. And I already attached this small piece and the wider piece to this other clover just to save a little bit of time. So now I'm going to go ahead and connect those. So again, we're going to have the dark clover, light clover, and another dark clover. Put these together. Then after I add this, we're going to give it a press, and then we're going to put our top and bottom sashing strips on this piece. Open that up. Again, I'm going to press away from the clover just for less bulk. Normally I don't press, I press towards the darker fabrics, which would be the clover, but since it's mixed with the dark and the light, I'm just going to do it in the direction where there's less bulk. But you can definitely press it however you like. Okay, so this is what this looks like so far. I'm going to pause there and go grab my sashing strips, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. My doorbell rang. You guys probably heard it in the video, so I had to go see who it was. All right, so I have now sewn all of my 3 clovers together, and I put my top and bottom sashing on. So now we need to add the end pieces, and I went ahead and did one of those just to show you. It's the end pieces with the 3 smaller rectangles, and so we're going to do the same thing on this end right here. So let me grab that piece, and that is right here. Now if you got the kit, these are directional fabrics, so if you are OCD like me and you need your directionals to go the correct direction, pay attention to that. So I made sure I sewed them all going like the same direction as the ones in my shamrocks or clovers. So I'm going to attach that, and then the only thing we have left to do is to put the top and bottom border on, and this thing is done. And then we'll have to quilt it and bind it, but as far as the piecing, it'll be done. This was such a fun, quick, cute project. It was nice to have a small project thrown in with all the other projects I've got going on right now, so. And if you're not a member of the Fort Worth Fabric Studio Facebook group, go ahead and click the link in my description box below to go to that. You'll have to answer some questions to join, but that's where you'll find out when the next, because everybody always asks this, when is the next mystery coming out, mystery quilt. You'll find out there first. What they do is when they're ready to do the next one or close to announcing it, they'll change the name of the group and the picture, so you'll know a little bit ahead of people who aren't part of the Facebook group what the mystery is going to sort of look like. Not look like as far as fabrics, but excuse me, theme. So that's kind of a fun thing. And then a lot of people post pictures of their progress. Excuse me, got a little tickle in my throat. And their finished project. So that's fun to see too. So go ahead and head over there and sign up. Okay, so that's the 2 sides are done. Pardon me, oh my goodness, let me grab some water. Now all we have to do is add the top and bottom borders. So let's do that next, and then this thing will be ready to get quilted and bound and finished. Sorry. So there's the top border. Again, there's those little sneaky directional fabrics right there. So I made sure that they were all, I put the borders together. The directions for putting together are on the PDF. So I've done both of those. So I'm going to flip that guy over, and we're just going to sew that all the way down on the top here. And I'm actually not a pinner, but I'm going to pin this just to make sure it stays right where I want it to. So let me grab my pins here. I'm just going to pin it on either end where the little cornerstone meets. Because there's really no seams to match up except these little cornerstones with the end of your projects. So I want to make sure that those meet. Oh, I do not like pinning, and I think I'm using the wrong pins because these are not going through this fabric very easily. I think they're too fine. Okay, there we go. So I've got it pinned down here to make sure that that stays where I want it to be, and down here. So I'm going to start on this end. And I'm going to backstitch my borders. I always do. That's just something I've learned. As a long arm quilter, that's where I see people's quilts come apart the most, is that their borders, because they don't backstitch and their stitches are a little too long to keep it from popping apart. So I always tell everybody to backstitch there. You don't have to though. But if you see me doing it, that's why. It's a good rule of thumb on any outside edge of your quilt. So if you don't have borders, but you have blocks touching the outside edge, you may want to backstitch those. I don't backstitch my piecing otherwise, but that seems to be a good rule of thumb to keep everything in place when you put it on the long arm. Okay, put those pins away for a minute. All right, there's one border. Very nice. Oh my goodness, this thing is so cute. All right, now we'll put the last border on and we'll be done. Can't believe it. All right. I'm going to attempt this side without pinning. Let's see, because these seams are nesting together here on the end. We'll see how this goes. Jack Ripper may be in my future, but fingers crossed. All right, so far so good. I really like this piece border. This is really cute. All right, I am going to put a pin in this side because this one is not nesting. It's going the opposite direction, just from the way I ironed it. So I'm going to put a pin to hold that guy right there where he belongs. And that's that side. So now all I have to do is press this guy and I'll be all done. So I'm going to go take this to my big iron and press him, and then I'll show you the final result. All right, well, thank you all so much for sewing along with me. That was such a fun sew along. The lucky one from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. So here is my finished table runner. And I really, really, really love this. I think it's really cute. I think you could use it as a table runner. I think you could hang it this way and make it a door decoration. That would be really cute. I might just do that with mine. Table runners don't work too well in my house because I have little boys that take them off the tables and use them as capes. But I think this could look really cute hung this way as a table or a door decoration. So I might do that with mine. I cannot wait to quilt this and finish it and bind it because it's just adorable, and I'm hoping to get that done this week so it'll be done in time, not only for St. Patrick's Day but for spring, because I think with this green, even though it is shamrocks or clovers, it doesn't necessarily have to be just St. Patrick's Day, because spring is all about green and grass and things growing. So I think this works just fine. All right, guys, well, thank you so much again for sewing with me. Don't forget to go over to the Facebook group, like I was saying. That link is down below in my description box. And make sure when you join, you answer the questions so you can be part of the group if you're not already. Post pictures of your project finished or even just progress of it. And then when they're ready for the next mystery quilt, they'll let you know right there in the group. So you'll know first. Take care and have a great week, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.